In this module, we will inspect vector data for topology errors and explore ways in which to clean the data set so that it conforms to the vector topology model. So the first thing you need to do is to load the raster layer and vector layer into QGIS, and you have to make sure that the vector layer is rendered on top of the raster layer. As you can see on my screen, I already have my vector layer on top of my raster layer. So this is my raster layer, switch it off and on, and the roads are my vector layer. And then now you have to symbolize the vector layer using the roads style specified. Okay, so you have to look at the expectations that are given on our exercise sheet. Click on the roads layer. Simple line. And then you have to change the color. Double click on the color. Change HTML notation to the one that is specified on our worksheet. Okay. And then you have to change the stroke width to 0.86. Okay, apply. Okay, so now that you have done that, you have to open the properties of the vector layer and choose layer rendering under the Symbology tab. So again, go to properties. Okay, open layer rendering, and then you have to, on blending mode, here's blending mode, you have to select feature blending and choose multiply from the drop down. So this is blending mode, this is feature blending, and on the drop down you have to choose a multiply. There we go. Apply and okay. And then now you have to zoom to a scale of 2500. So just type the scale number there, 2500, and click on the side. Already zoomed in. What do you see from the roads? I'll give you a minute to answer that. Right, moving on, you have to open the attributes and note the number of features that are available from the layer. So right click on the roads and clean, navigate to open attribute table, and as you can see we have a total of 131 features. All right, and then now we are going to move on to the processing menu. Okay, so the processing menu is here at the top. Navigate to toolbox and search for the algorithm delete, duplicates. Duplicate geometries, double click on it, and this will show up. Then you have to run this tool. Right, task is complete. Now we have the uncleaned roads here, the cleaned roads here. So when you switch that off, you can see the cleaned road. So let me quickly change the symbology of that so that it is visible. Let's change color to orange, blue, increase the width, okay. All right, So now we have our cleaned roads after running the delete duplicates geometries. And then now we are going to open the attributes of the new layer generated. Note that the number of features are now 123, right? From 131 to 123. So now we are going to use the topology checker to validate against any topology errors from the layer that has no duplicates, right? In order for you, so you have to install the plugin topology checker, right? So you go to plugins, manage and install plugins. And then you have to select your topology checker there. As you can see, mine is already selected, so it's already installed and all that. So when you click on the topology checker panel, you have to click on that tool configure icon, and you add a rule. So it's cleaned layer, and you can play around with the settings. So with the rules here, must not have dangles, must not have duplicates, and all that. So if you have, choose that, add rule. Okay. Validate all. So here it shows that 0 errors were found, and then you can just keep playing around with it. Cleaned layer, you must not have that. Okay. Right. So as you can see here, 244 errors were found when we went with must not have dangles rule. And then we can just play around with the other rules and explore the other rules that we have there. All right, so when we close that, moving on, you have to reproject the road layer that is clean without duplicates to the specified CRS. So the specified CRS is given on our exercise table. So in order for you to reproject, you click on the layer, go to layer CRS, set layer CRS, and then search for it under filter. Click on it. Okay. So there's that. Let's zoom to layer. So here it is now. And then now we are going to in the processing toolbox, use the v.Clean algorithm and choose the snap tool, right? Select appropriate distances to use. So we're going back to the processing toolbox. Right, v.Clean. Under grass. So it is the cleaned layer. And this is what you have here. So here you can play around with the threshold. It's optional. And the snap tolerance. That. Okay, so it looks like the process is done. And as you can see here, upper layer is empty, no features written, right? Okay, as you can see, our errors into layer. Open attribute table. Okay, as you can see, this is our output from the v.Clean. You can just play around with the distances and the different thresholds just to see different results.